Okay, it's time to do some community patches. If you didn't already know, there are patch sheets available on the website for the Zero Coast, Zero Control, and Strega. You can find the links in the video description below. If you have a favorite patch that you'd like to see on the channel, feel free to send it to us with the form that's also linked in the video description. No pressure, just fun. First up, we have Self-generative Bliss by Muzone. I'm going to take the slope output and patch it to the balance CV input. We'll use the end of cycle gate to clock the tempo, patch the random CV through the voltage maths, and send it through to the volt per octave input as well as the overtones CV input. Let's see what we hear. Looks like slope should be cycling. And of course, I missed a patch cable, which is the end of cycle output, which is also going to be melted to the contour gate. There we go. Kind of an auto-playing random bass line that this sort of patch reminds me a little bit of certain parts of the soundtrack to the original Terminator movie. Notice that we're modulating the overtone CV, and the overtone is turned up pretty far. So one thing that is kind of a more hidden function of the Zero Coast is that the slope generator's output, the actual ramp function output that comes out of it, is inserted into the overtones when the overtone control is turned all the way up. So since we have kind of a short rise type of slope going on here, we may be hearing that as a little added transient to each note event here. It's a subtle addition, but it may have a little bit of impact on the sound that we're hearing. Oh, I also noticed that the multiply CV input is unpatched, which means that the slope is also modulating that, and Muzone actually has that set to midnight in their original diagram, which I failed to honor, so this one is probably going to be a little more like what they had in mind. I had this set to modulate so that it was actually inverted, which could cause the beginnings of the notes to go silent even. So that'd be one possible variation on this patch. Also, since the contour is being clocked by the slope, its controls are mostly independent of the clock rate, which means we can make it more clicky or more ringy without changing the overall tempo. we have Watery Feedback Percussion by Chagra. We're going to take the end of cycle output and patch it to tempo with the resulting clock patched to the contour gate. Triangle output from the VCO is modulating slope. Random voltage to the linear FM input, and the slope output to the volt per octave. And I'll go ahead and change these knobs to create what they have shown here. So this says circular frequency modulation between the core oscillator and slope circuit creates nice complex tones, turning into percussive hits with a snappy exponential envelope. The circular FM creates natural variation in the tone over time, but this can be augmented by sending random or any other signal to the linear FM input. So, sure enough, as we turn up that attenuator, we get more of that cross modulation. Ooh. Changing the core oscillator pitch certainly has an effect. They also say rise and fall times. As well as the balance. The only thing that I am a little bit confused about here at first is that it says that the snappy exponential envelope from the contour is turning it into percussive hits. However, it's being clocked by the slope's output, so when I get the most audio rate FM, those snappy hits are mostly lost. It also says, though, here the contour circuit is triggered with the zero coast, but it could also accept external triggers. So I think maybe, especially since they go on to say it pairs well with modulation from the zero control, maybe let's try that out a little bit. Actually, maybe instead of gate the individual step outputs, we'll use dynamic gates. Oh yeah, let's try that. And then we can modulate some of these other things using zero controls outputs, like say decay. As mentioned in Musone's patch, if we turn overtone nearly all the way up, we'll start to hear the slope directly in the overtones. can see this being a nice source of some percussive loops to use for a sample bank or something like that. Once again, please check all the links in the description for blank patch sheets, a link to the form if you have a patch you'd like to share, as well as links to the music of some of the people who have contributed patches to this video. Stay tuned for more community patches, and thanks for watching.